Next, you get the glorious pleasure of seeing two people act like they really don't like each other.
They really don't. I hate you, man.
I mean, they might not, but at least they'll be entertaining about it. So we get David and Richard talking tag.
So how do you want to decide who goes first? Do you want to rock, paper, rock, scissors, or what?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Sweet. All right. Ready? Yes.
Spock beats scissors, ladies and gentlemen.
Every time.
Every time. Spock beats scissors. All right. Let's get this battle over with. And I love the name roast because it makes me hungry, and as you can tell, both of us like to eat. Give it up, by the way, for my roast battle associate here, Wilfred Brimley. Richard, I have to ask you, how is Steve Gutenberg, and did you ever get those cocoons out of the pool? You know, Richard, you remind me of my dead stepfather. He does. He looks a lot like him. You do. I mean, it's a true thing. And I loved my stepfather. I did. A remarkable man. Had a bum leg, a spina bifida. Yeah, he did. He did. But he didn't. He never let that slow him down. He didn't. No. He built airplanes, real ones, in his garage with his bare hands. What do you do in your garage with your bare hands, Richard? Never mind. Don't ask. Don't answer.
I think I covered that earlier. I think you did.
Yeah, I covered that part earlier. What I do with my bare hands. So I've known David for a little while, and people ask me to describe him. I would say he's goofy and non-threatening, like a soft penis.
Well, the shaved head helps that, doesn't it? It's true. Richard does look a lot like my dead stepfather. After he died.
Well, when you see your mom, tell her I said hi. She has a type. She has a type. What can I say? So, anyone who's seen his act knows that he's working on a movie called Boris and the Bomb. Right? Absolutely. What people don't know is that it's a title he took from his early comedy days from Boring and I Bombed.
That was good. It's funny you mentioned my mom. Richard, your name, Richard, it's tricky. It's a tricky name. Especially for me. Unfortunately, you share the name with the guy who cheated with my mom on my dad and broke up my family. You homewrecker!
A man has to have some skills, sir. I wreck one home, one day at a time. Right? So, David has a daughter who's very smart and bright, and he talks about how she has a lot of questions, and he doesn't really have any answers. And I just wondered if you've prepared for when she gets older, when she just finds out that she's been getting all of her information from middle-aged Charlie Brown.
God, you keep reminding me of my mom. That's what she used to call me. Richard, what a bastard. Not you. The other guy, that dick that did my mom. It's a shame you have his name, though. Mind you, he was attractive. My mom would never do you, and she's 70.
Everybody needs love, brother. Even a 70-year-old lady.
Oh, don't look at me like that, man. That's weird.
So, parents, they want to pass stuff on to their children. Sometimes it's family heirlooms. Sometimes it's, an estate, a house. And I hope your daughter's prepared to be disappointed when all you pass off to her is the unfinished Boris and the Bomb.
That is a big fear of mine. mine. It's true. Yeah, we're mixing this week, so that's probably not going to happen. Let's see. I'm skipping around here a little bit. Here, oh yeah. So hey, you do. You look a lot like my stepfather, like I said before. He was a nice guy, unlike that asshole Richard. Not you. But he was a prolific man. Like, he was an electrical engineer. He worked on H.W. Bush's plane, his private plane. He did the electronics on it. That's H.W. Bush, the good Bush, that not the bad Bush that got us into endless war, the good one that got us into endless no-fly zones, which is how Richard describes his love life.
Right, that was a nice joke, sort of. I mean, it was almost a good story.
It's very true.
Right. The truth always hurts. Which, I mean, I can understand why your wife wouldn't marry you, because you are shaped kind of like a penis. You're kind of round down here, and you kind of go up to the top, very nice and like a penis that hasn't really been attended to. You're also very scraggly.
I think this has to be the last one that's got the light. And I do go all the way inside my wife. That's why we're married. She loves me. It's good to be a giant dick. The first time I saw Richard do comedy, I realized something. I realized something. I realized that I'm very good at it. He's okay. I'm kidding. I dig you. I think you're very funny. You should have a podcast. You should call it I Am the Walrus.
That was pretty good. And unfortunately, I would say more jokes, but I don't want to waste any more time on you.